Okay, second grade Stecker class on their way to snowshoeing. Hi. 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 Mr. Williams is doing a great job driving the bus, getting us there safely.
What's happening? Sing?
But you have to sing with your beautiful singing voice.
There's Miss Stecker.
Try your singing voice though.
I need help. Go round and round.
Round and round. Wheels on the bus go round and round. All through town.
This is
May or may not. That. All right, on your last thing. The other thing I want to point out, when someone's talking, your feet have to be still because the snow makes a lot of noise. So if you're moving around a lot, it's hard to hear. Where are we headed first, Mr. Williams, or what's the plan?
Okay. Well, so first of all, you guys, whenever you're outdoors, you're nature detectives. And some of you touched on some of the clues that we're looking for. And, well, what's another name for poop? Scat. That's the science word. And it's important because it can tell you these three things, what kind of an animal it is, because all the animals poop a little differently. Some are similar, what they've been eating and whether or not they've been sick. So it's a real important clue. It sounds kind of gross, but it's an important clue. We're going to be using our senses. We're not going to be touching a lot of stuff, but we're going to be looking and listening and smelling. And I'll tell you why as we go along about the smelling part. My plan is to
Lucas, are you going to try? All right, follow Milana. Gio, did you try yet? Okay. Cecil, follow Lucas. Then Gio, then Jackson.
No, you have to go head first, Lukey.
Head first, Lucas.
And
If you don't want to, you don't have
Yeah,
to.
you don't have to go.
Ahead of you. Alrighty. Oh, you made it, Cecil. No, we're gonna have to leave you behind. Ready? Mr. Williams.
Nope.
Come on, Gio. Gio, not a choice right now. Gio. Gio. What did my words say?
Students found this in the stick house. Okay, so we know it's bone, right? Yeah. What do you call the bone around your brain in your head? Skull, right. This is a skull of an animal. So let's look at some of the things we can notice about the skull. There's teeth in it, okay? The teeth's really important in a skull because it helps us understand what the animal eats, right? So, do you see some big long fangs in the front of this animal's skull? No. Right, so it doesn't have sharp teeth, like you know how your dog has long canine teeth, or your cat at home, right? Animals that hunt and eat meat need sharp teeth in front to tear the meat. So, do you think this animal is a meat eater?
Yes, it's here. It's a herbivore.
Oh, what does that mean? Tell us.
It eats plants.
Plants. So, what kind of teeth should a plant eater have? What do you think? Molars? And what would the molars help do to the grass and the plants that it eats? What do you think? Grind it up, exactly. So these teeth happen to have some ice on it, which I think is super funny, but they are kind of sharp, but flat, and they're perfect for grinding up plants. Can you see? All right, there's one other way that we know this animal is not a hunter, that it's an animal that gets hunted.
And it smells like skunk.
Its eye, oh, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Its eyes, this is important. Do its eyes look like it's two in the front like we have that are looking forward?
No. Oh, no!
What have you noticed about the eyes?
The eye are sideways.
Yeah, they're looking on the
side.
side. Yeah, if this is an animal that's prey or that gets hunted, why would it be helpful to have eyes on either side of its head? What do you think?
Because they could see behind them and in front of them.
Right, why would this animal want to be able to see all around it at all times?
would be hunted.
Right, it wants to stay safe from predators, right? So if you think about a rabbit, which gets hunted maybe by coyote or fox, or this animal, we for sure see eyes on either side. There's another hole though that I think is really cool that I want to show you guys.
The neck. That's where the neck piece goes.
That's where the spine or the neck, which connects down the back, connects. And when this animal is alive, what's inside of this part of its skull?
Brain.
It's brain. That's right. So we have a skull just like this that protects our brain, and then it connects to your backbone. Well, just like the rest of the animal, it has decomposed, meaning it would have been inside of that in an alive animal.
Yeah,
right?
but
since the animal died, it
ate it.
decomposed.
Does that mean the other piece is missing?
Maybe the other bones, right? The rest of the animal has decomposed, meaning it came back to soil or been eaten by different animals. Some bugs like to eat the remnants, and so all of the soft parts of the animal are all gone now. The only thing that's left is the bone. Do you guys see these the squiggles on its skull? Isn't that cool? When the deer's first born, its skull is a little bit soft, so it can be born from the mother, but then the bones fuse together.
That means it's not.
It's not a baby, right? Because the bones are all together. Does anyone have a baby brother or sister with a soft spot on their head, right? And your mom or dad is like, be careful, the soft spot on their head, right? The same thing happens with other mammals, like deer. So it is.
Me either.
All right, raise your hand if you're listening. Your other hand if you're standing still. Hands down and close your eyes. Take a deep breath through your nose. Anybody smell anything?
Yep, skunk.
You smell skunk? How many smell skunk? Remember I said we were going to be using our noses?
Yep.
Skunk is what I was hoping you would smell here. You what?
Cold.
Yeah.
That's a Wisconsin smell.
This time of the year is the mating season for coyotes and foxes.
Dang it.
And, you know, boys and girls in high school, if they want to go on a date, you know, the boy might take out his cell phone and dial the girl's name and say, hey, you want to go to a movie tonight?
No, they don't. They text.
Oh, yeah, they text.
Nobody calls each other on the phone, Mr. William.
So they might text, or they might even Snapchat.
Yeah.
It's scat.
Deer scat.
Oh, that looks like dog.
Yeah, that's what people walk their dogs.
Look.
So,
And pee.
yeah.
Deer mark on the tree.
Oh, this? Oh, yeah. It looks like it, but it's in an awkward place, but it could be an old one. So, what kind of scat is this?
Deer scat.
Not deer.
Rabbit.
Rabbit. Yep. The deer. Okay, the difference between the deer scat and the rabbit scat, this is round and brown. Usually the deer scat, depending on the season, is a little more like raisins and blacker. Sometimes it's clumped together, sometimes it's individual. I'm calling on people to raise their hands. Yeah.
I think I found deer or bunny scat in my yard.
Oh, that's real possible. The deer come to all of our houses a lot. They come to the bird feeders. Is this questions?
Yeah.
Question?
Question's not a story. Means you want to know
I
information.
feel like it's a bunny.
Yep,
I
it is.
feel like someone just made this scale.
I got to tell you something else about what do bunnies eat?
Carrots.
Carrots.
Lettuce.
But out here it's not carrots too much.
Wolfie, yesterday there was plenty in the yard, and then when we went out there was poop.
They eat a lot of grass and plants and twigs and things like that. It's hard to digest. And you know, a cow eats that kind of stuff too, but it's got 4 stomachs.
Look at that stuff! That's cool. Maybe it's a bear. Maybe it's a bear.
Hang in there a minute.
Are we?
Are we going to walk on this ice down here?
No!
No, it's obvious because it's not frozen solid. And that's the way I think of rivers and creeks. Even like the Bearable River right now probably looks like it's solid, but there might be places where the water hits a rock and it comes up, and there's snow there, but maybe the ice is only this thick. So I'd never trust river ice or creek ice. I just won't walk out on it. Just a second, okay?
Wait, so you won't walk on that?
We are going to go on a lake, though. But
Wait,
what's
so
a
you
good
trust
rule, do you think, for you guys going out on ice? Tell me, what do you think a good rule is? Yes.
Stomp.
Whoa, listen.
Don't stomp and walk very carefully and maybe slide.
Okay, but before you go out on it.
Don't jump.
Okay.
Wait, make sure
Those are
it's
good.
quick enough. Make sure you don't crack.
Yeah? How can you tell if it's safe?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so first step. Okay, so you want your other leg wants to be on the other place, and then first step.
Right, like we're walking down the blue line.
Well, we're following the blue line.
It's going to be slippery. So it's like you're ice skating. Lucas, don't go by that spot. It looks like you're not. Oh, and I just said push your foot. That crowd. Oh, second graders! We are not trying. We do not want the ice to break. That means we will fall in. So if you find a spot that you think is weak, please don't play with it. Be a smart outdoorsman. Be careful once you get off the snow. Be gentle. There we go. Gio, I didn't call you. Just Aubrey. Nope, you're going. Goodbye, Milana. Goodbye, Kaysen. Goodbye, Jameson. Goodbye, Jackson. If you want to go around, Owen, Parker, and Gio, go.
my big rule for the rope is don't let go of the rope. What's the rule?
Don't let go of the rope.
One more time.
Don't let go of the rope. Louder for the people in the back.
Don't let go of the rope.
Thank you.
All right, you all climbed up this hill. So you could do that here, but don't. I want you to just get the feel for using a rope and using your arms. So it's a little different in the snow, slipperier. So hold on to the rope. Don't let go of the rope. Not right now, when you're up here. So when you come to the hill, especially up further there, you're going to be using your arms more. So you hold on to the rope, put your feet up front of you, and you're going to use your arms. And pull.
Like you are a mountain climber. So Aubrey and Gio, it's important to watch this. You are acting like you are climbing a mountain.
And then once you get up there, just wait for everybody. It takes a little while. I'm going to be...
Oh, all right, hang on that rope. Good job.
Don't let go of the rope. That's the one big rule. Keep going. You gotta use your arms here now. Use your arms. Don't let go of the rope. Good. Right. Keep holding on. Don't let go. Good. Keep your arms. Good. Don't let go of the rope. Yeah, now you got to back off though. Now we got.
Pull yourself with those strong arms.
Jesse, you gotta hold on to the rope. You gotta hold on to the rope.
Don't let go.
Pull yourself up nice and strong, buddy. Okay, so good job, buddy.
Yeah, come on!
You strong arms, Kason.
You got this!
Hang on a second, Dad.
That's it.
Your arms. Keep holding your arms.
Yeah, there you go.
Move.
What we're doing. Colder than I thought. It's been fun though.
Leave a single track in the snow because the snow is so hard and crunchy on top. And you just grab them off. And I got it on video. So maybe when we stop at the end, I can show you guys a few kids at a time.
I think I also had a faint smell too. Well, they're pretty big and pretty heavy. But they're shrews that are the small ones, and they've got real pointy nose. And if they bite you, they've got a little poison in them. So you don't want to mess with a shrew. And then there's the mouse that's a little bigger than a shrew, and they look kind of cute. And then there's a little bit bigger vole, and they're a little huskier. But any one of those three, I'm thinking probably a vole, because it's a little bit bigger, but they're still small and on top of the ice. And look at that, just goes around there.
It goes
Boys and girls, can you
It
see
goes
the
away.
line? Can you see the line between the feet of where its tail, its skinny long tail drags in the snow? Yeah, that's how you know it's one of those smaller animals that Mr. Williams mentioned.
It has to be one of the two small ones.
Squeeze it and rub it, and then smell it.
Yeah, you can do that with your glove on so you don't take them off. I'm going to hand you one so you smell it and then pass it to another friend, okay? Lucas, just
You gotta
wait.
crush it first.
Here's what's it.
Smells like dill. Oh, it does.
I don't need it close. I can smell your.
Smell it. It smells good. Yeah.
Okay.
I got
Some
it.
people-
It
Oh, I can smell it too. Just
Oh yeah, it's wafting through the air.
so that's like
Raise your hand if you like the smell.
I can smell it.
If you like it. Raise your hand if you don't like it.
I love it.
All right.
Yeah, this is the diarrhea rat.
Want to live in there?
What is that? This is like the diarrhea
Scat. There's all different types of animals, and we can identify them by their scat, right? So their scat is clues for us. Ginny, what did you learn today?
I learned that
Should I come back to you? Okay. Jackson, what did you learn today?
I learned that many animals die on like their noses, their cartilage, like terrestrial, and that part of like a deer, when like we either buried or like something, and then after a while the cartilage goes away and then it's just gonna be our nose and it's gonna be like in our ears.
Nice listening. So you said he learned that the nose is made up of cartilage and that decomposes. And when you look at the skull, you don't see that spot anymore because it's do a rub on the tree. You learned that
To
today.
mark their territory.
Ella, what did you learn today? Nice and loud.
How to smell.
How to smell?
No. How to smell nature.
Ooh, nature has a smell sometimes, doesn't it? Did you ever think about that before?
Yeah.
I don't always think about that part. I think about what I see in nature, but I don't always think about, oh, I need to use my nose. And our nose told us some clues today, didn't it? Grant, what'd you have as trouble snack? All right, this is what you need to check. First of all, do you have your hat? Do you have your mittens? Do you have your coat? Do you have your snow pants? Do you have your boots? Do you have your mask for the bus? Go and take care of all of that. Gio, I have you in your pocket.
Cecil, don't forget the rest of your stack, please.
Cecil, don't forget your